Okay, we are live. I'm living on film with Joe, and I have a guest with me this evening. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Bill Conklin,
Okay.
and I'm
Um,
I'm local in the area with film and theater.
okay. Yeah. We are gonna go in depth about the Supergirl movie. It's been out long enough, so I think we can do that. If you've already haven't seen the movie, you might want to hold off on tuning in on this. But if you want to listen, that's fine too. So, what did you
I'll
think of
let you
the?
know if there's going to be any kind of spoiler. I'm going to try not to do any spoilers, but uh, something that might be considered a spoiler. But I'll let you know ahead of time before I speak.
Sounds good. So, Bill, what did you think of the Supergirl movie?
I actually very much liked it. I can understand some of the complaints. Some of the complaints are just absolutely ridiculous.
Uh
But
huh.
I thought Millie Alcock did a fantastic job as Supergirl. I thought the only thing that I would have liked better is if it would have taken place on Earth instead of off world.
Oh, right, right.
But I liked
The,
her character. I liked the development of where she was and where she's headed.
right. Yeah, I agree. I didn't think it was as good as Superman from last year, but I thought this Supergirl was okay.
You know the difference though between the Superman and Supergirl, and so many people are comparing the two, like in other words, Supergirl should be just as lighthearted as Superman was. But
Mm-hmm.
Superman, this is what I've been trying to explain to people. Superman is like your Boy Scout. You know, this the
Right.
newest Superman movie was like the Christopher Reeves Boy Scout. He can do no wrong. He's always good. He's always going to do the right thing. But then he was brought up by the Clarks or by the Kents. I'm sorry, he was brought up by the Kents. He had a
Mm-hmm.
loving home from early on. Whereas Supergirl, Kara, she didn't have that. She saw her parents killed, saw her planet wiped out, and when she got to Earth, Superman, who that was her basic job was to take care of Superman or take
Right.
care of Kal-El. When she got there, he was already a grown adult and had taken on the role of Superman. So even that
Yeah.
one thing that she was supposed to do, even that was taken away from her. So her
Mm-hmm.
story is going to be a lot darker than Superman. Superman was lighthearted. It was funny. It had some really fun, lighthearted thing. Whereas her story right now, anyway, is very dark, but it's evolving, showing her from her roots, where she started off, and it's exciting to know where she's going to go from there.
Right. Right. I rated it. I gave it like a 7 out of 10, and I noticed it got like a 52 on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I know it got a lot of not so great reviews. My thing is, I felt like it was a bit rushed, and there was like some lack of character development.
Well, a lot of people were complaining about the little girl, saying she didn't serve any purpose, but she did.
Yeah.
The little girl is the one that you know when she told the little girl, this isn't you. Don't start off here.
Uh huh.
Okay, and this might be a spoiler, so if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to give everything away, but there
Uh
is
huh.
a death in this that is performed by Supergirl. And so many people online are saying Supergirl doesn't kill. She would never kill, and that's just wrong. She wouldn't kill. The thing is, she told the little girl, "Don't start down this path." But like I said, her story is dark. It started off dark,
Yeah.
and nowhere in the comics does it say that she would not kill.
Mm-hmm.
From her dark past, because she has a dark history. So this is just the beginning before she becomes a Supergirl that is more lovable and lighthearted like Superman is.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So I had no problem with it, especially under the circumstances of the story of the movie.
Mm-hmm. I really like the dog Crypto that was in Superman and Supergirl. I mean, I don't know for
I
some
think he
reason.
stole the show in both movies.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can kind of see that. I always enjoyed the dog. Like I feel like there's some sort of connection there. And Jason Momoa as Lobo, I thought worked well. I mean, what did you think about that, Bill?
I thought he was excellent.
Yeah,
He was great. I loved him. I kind of like I would have liked to have seen him more,
yeah,
maybe. But if the movie would have been just maybe a little bit longer, they might have explored more things. That's the one thing where I agree. I think it was a little rushed. And
yeah,
like I said, the fact
definitely.
that it was off world and not on Earth, I think people would be able to identify with it more if it were on Earth.
Oh,
If it had
definitely.
taken place in, say, Metropolis, you know.
Right.
It was nice to have the cameo of Superman in there. You know,
Yes,
that was
yes.
nice. But this is a Supergirl movie, so you didn't want to have him in there too much because the movie needs to stand on its own without Superman.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I kind of have no. I'm kind of getting vibes that they're going to do like a crossover Superman Supergirl movie in the future. I don't. I could be wrong, but that's kind of the impression I'm getting. But we'll see what happens with that.
Well, they're already working on Man of Tomorrow, and they already said Millie Alcock is already in it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, the Man of Tomorrow is the next big movie coming out by James Gunn, and
okay.
and both Superman and Supergirl are going to be in it. Millie Alcock has a big role in that movie. And that's what I'm saying. People that's jumping all over this first movie, give it time to develop because like I said, this is an origin story. She's not going to go from being this dark, haunted girl in the beginning, and by the end of the movie, suddenly, hey, I'm good. I'm a Girl Scout now, and let's be just like Superman. She's not
Yeah,
going to change just like that. It's
right.
a it's a process that she's got to deal with and go through. And I appreciated the fact that it showed what she was going through.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've listened to the reviews and one critic said that they didn't like the light and they thought the lighting was bad. Did you notice anything about that?
I didn't notice anything about the lighting at all.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah.
well, I take that back. Because I saw the movie a couple times.
Mhm.
And one of the time I saw it in the Dolby and
Oh, okay.
IMAX, and it was perfect. I mean, I thought the lighting was great. I did see
Uh-huh.
it in one of the other theaters, and I don't know if there was something wrong with the bulbs or in the camera, um, but it was very dark. When she goes outside with that thing in the very beginning, when she walks outside, you couldn't see it at all. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, everything was so dark you couldn't see anything. But like I said, I know the movie wasn't made that way because I'd already seen it, and it was just as clear and beautiful as possible. But the one
Mhm.
time I saw it, everything was so dark throughout the movie. It's kind of hard to see exactly what was going on. So
Right.
that was kind of a problem.
Yeah, definitely. Um I kind of felt like it was more of a sci-fi flick than rather than a superhero. What were your thoughts about that one?
I think it was a combination of both. I mean, it was still a
Mhm.
superhero movie because, of course, Supergirl. I mean, she's the one taking them out, which I liked.
Yeah.
Um, and I did like Superman, and Lobo was a great addition to it.
Right.
Um, but like I said, it wasn't your typical superhero movie. But how many superhero movies are we going to have to see that's all exactly alike?
True.
I didn't go in wanting to see another Superman movie. I didn't
Mhm.
go in wanting to see just another run of the mill superhero movie. I
Sure,
wanted to
yeah.
see something different that would make me want to see something different. I don't want to see the same old
Mhm.
thing.
Sure,
So
yeah.
I liked what I got.
Mhm. Definitely. I feel like there was some good action in it. Like there was some it was entertaining.
Oh yeah, the action when there was action, it was good. I
Mhm.
mean, I really liked that, and there were some really fun lines. Like the one
Yeah.
was in the trailer, like this isn't going to end well for
Yeah.
you.
Right.
I mean, they had some good lines too. I mean, but for people saying it's a horrible movie, and some people are saying it's the worst DC movie made since Catwoman, and it might be worse than Catwoman. You know, it's like I don't go into any movie with great expectations, like, oh, this is just going to blow me away. I go into a movie to be enjoyed, to be entertained for an hour or 2 hours. I mean, you know,
Sure. Yeah.
and if it can entertain me for 2 hours, then I'm good with it.
Uh-huh.
If it doesn't, then I'm not. And I'm the first to tell you, if um, if it would have bored me, I probably would have fallen asleep, or but I didn't. It kept me watching. You
Right.
know, I liked it. Another thing that really ticks me off,
Mhm.
and I've said something on several sites now, is the people that are attacking Millie Alcock for her looks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at her. Her superpower is that she needs a super dentist, or and
Oh,
they
yeah, yeah.
talking about her teeth. Another one, several of them were comparing her to Chaka, a little ape guy that was on Land of the
Yeah.
Lost. You remember
Yeah,
him?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
same. She looked like Chaka, and then they would show a picture of her and the Chaka characters side by side, and it's like that's just downright ridiculous. First
Mhm.
thing, this actress Millie Alcock, she is a human being. She's a young
Mhm.
girl starting off, and for them to make physical attacks on this girl, and she's just trying to do her job.
Right.
And she did an excellent. Even everybody, most people that saw it said that her acting was very good. Even the
Yeah, I thought
critics
so.
say her acting was the best part of the movie. Said she did a good job with her acting. So why attack her looks? It's
Right.
like I went in to see a movie, Supergirl. I didn't go into the theater expecting to see supermodel,
Right. Yeah.
I didn't go in to see Super Kardashian in a swimsuit, or a swimsuit
Yeah.
outfit with an S on it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I went in to see Supergirl, and that's the character, Supergirl.
Yes.
People that are complaining about it, or guys sitting in their basement, wishing for a Playboy, and not getting it through the Supergirl movie.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, I thought she did a really good job at playing Supergirl.
she
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 was,
did,
yeah, like she
and
was, I don't know if I want to say she was perfect, but she seemed like an ideal role for that character.
well, like I said, it's Supergirl.
Yeah.
And anybody expecting like Wonder Woman is an older character. She's
Right.
been
Yes.
around the block.
She has.
She's a woman. She's fully developed. Her backstory, everything has already been told. This is showing a backstory of a young girl who has seen a lot of trauma in her life, with the death
Yes.
of her parents, the death of her planet, and her sole purpose in life to take care of Kal-El, all taken away from her. And she feels like she has nothing left. She
Hmm.
feels like she has nothing. She's alone, you
Yeah.
know. She's got the dog with her. She sees Clark every once in a while, but she's still
Right.
very much alone. And that's what the movie's trying to show. Of course, she's not going to be some chipper. Oh, let's go fight the bad guys. She's not going to be that, you know. And
Right.
those expecting it were expecting way too much.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't have the bar set, too terribly high, but it was I expected.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, it was more realistic
Hmm.
than the. I don't know if you ever saw the other Supergirl movie. Who was that? The first Supergirl movie way back when in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. I have not
Helen
seen.
Slater. Is it Helen Slater?
That sounds right.
Helen Slater and what's her name from Bonnie and Clyde? The one that played Bonnie. She was in it. That
Yeah.
movie, even though I love Helen Slater, I thought she looked great as Supergirl. Okay.
Hmm.
I thought that looked really good. The story was just as cornball as you can get. I mean, it's one of the
Hmm.
most cornball movies, corny as you can get. Now, I've got the
Hmm.
movie. I enjoy the movie for what it is. It's a corny
Yeah.
movie. This movie takes a more realistic view on Supergirl and why she is where she's at in her place right now.
And this was from the 80s, you said?
It's from the 80s. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, who was it that played Bonnie and Clyde?
You know, I'm gonna Google that real quick because
Yeah.
it's bothering me.
You've never seen it?
No, I've seen it. I just
Oh,
forgot
yeah. Okay.
who plays Bonnie. Bonnie and Clyde.
Done. No. Oh, why am I thinking done? Ah,
Let me think here.
gonna bug me until I know.
Faye Dunaway.
Dunaway. That's where the done comes from. Faye
Yes, yes,
Dunaway. Yeah. And she was a villain, and there's another villain, but the villains were like way over the top, corny.
yeah,
It was cool seeing the same technique used for Supergirl to fly as what they used for the Christopher Reeve Superman, with the
right.
flying. That was really cool. And there
Yeah.
was a lot of good points in the movie. And like I said, Supergirl looked great, but
Hmm.
it wasn't as a well acted movie as this. I don't think it was as well written as this movie.
Yeah.
And I think the reason that movie did any good at all was because of people wanting to see it after seeing Christopher Reeve, because those movies were so huge.
Yes.
You
Right.
know,
Right.
another thing people complain about, saying that the movie did terrible because people are they just want to they don't want to see a woman in a superhero role. That's bullcrap. I
Hmm.
prefer to see a woman superhero when I can. You know,
Yeah.
I I I loved Wonder Woman. I
Yeah.
loved
Me too.
you know Black Widow. I love Jean Grey.
Yeah.
I love her. There's a lot of really strong superhero that's women, and everybody's
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, nobody wants to see a woman superhero." Bull crap. I
Yeah.
mean, there's been some big movies. Wonder Woman did fantastic.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Wasn't Wonder Woman pretty big?
It
Like
was
in the,
huge.
it was huge. Yeah.
And somebody said, "Well, now I know people's going to say that the reason Superwoman did so well is that we're not in the same atmosphere or same place as what we were back then." Bullcrap. The
Hmm.
people that like superhero movies are still going to like superhero movies no matter what. Has nothing to
Oh
do
yeah.
with anything. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Right.
You know, a lot of people sadly did not even bother to go see Supergirl because of all the negativity around it. I mean, it was
Hmm.
like months before the movie even came out that you had podcasters slamming the movie before they
Really?
even saw it. Yeah. And
Oh
I
wow.
actually said something on one of the podcasts,
Uh
and
huh.
it's these guys that's on there all the time, and it seemed like they have is negative things to say. And
Hmm.
I even said, why don't you wait and watch the movie before you slam it? You know,
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
because a lot of people that listen and follow these podcasts, they think,
Hmm.
oh, well, if it's that bad, I'm not going to waste my money. I'll wait until it streams. And
Yeah.
so less people go. So if you've got bad word of mouth from the very beginning and all you hear is people slamming it and talking bad and calling her Chaka and everybody saying so if they set it up to what they do, they're setting it up to be a failure. Some of
Hmm.
these podcasters, they just set it up to be a failure. And a
Right.
lot of them is because they don't like James Gunn. You know, if
Yeah.
you don't like James Gunn, well, this movie's going to suck, and they're going to come up with 1,000 different reasons why you should not see this movie. And you know what I say to that? I'm going to say,
What?
if you're so weak-minded that you have to take advice from somebody on whether or not you should see a movie, then
Hmm.
you have no. What are you? I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm saying here, if you want to see the movie, go see it. Make up your
Hmm.
own mind whether or not you like it or not. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But at least
Yeah.
give the movie a chance instead of downing it or dismissing it just because of
Yeah.
what somebody else says. Don't
And
you?
this was
Don't you have a mind of your own? You know.
right. And this was happening, you said months before it even came out?
Months before they start talking about bad mouthing it, but oh, there's trouble on the Supergirl set. Oh, there's
Mhm.
trouble. People are comparing her to Chuck. This is months before the movie even came out. Oh, this movie's in trouble. They're doing rewrites and oh, they don't know where they're at. And test on from the very beginning they were slamming it. months
Right.
before the movie even came out. So by the time the movie actually released, there was so
Hmm.
much negative publicity, so much negative media toward it that a lot of
Yeah.
people just stayed away. And I think that's a big reason why the movie didn't do so well because people
Yeah.
don't have a mind of their own anymore. You know,
See, I didn't know any of that was going on, so I could see how that would hurt the box office for those
definitely hurt the
movies.
box office. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I was really looking forward to it. So
Me
every
too.
time there was a podcast or every time there was any news on the Supergirl movie, I was tuning in. You
Yeah.
know, and it's like, the movie hasn't even been released yet. Nobody has seen it, and you're
Uh-huh.
already slamming it. Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, this is just a movie. This girl, she's drunk. She's drunk once in the movie, and I mean, just
Yeah.
to show what she's going through. She wasn't drunk throughout the movie. She wasn't drunk when
Mm-mm.
she was fighting as Supergirl.
What I
You
was gonna
know,
say, they only showed her drinking maybe once or twice at the
in the
most.
very beginning, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
in the very beginning of the movie. But then
Right.
she starts evolving.
Hmm.
And like I said, and she was drinking. Or it was insinuated that she was drinking at the end of the Superman movie. And
Uh-huh.
this went on to
Yeah.
explain why. Why was she drinking? I
Yeah.
know that explains why she was off world because she needed the red sun and not the yellow sun. So
Yes.
I can understand that. But once they've established that she can only drink, and feel the effects of the red sun, then maybe it would have been good if they would have had her come to Earth to have the rest of
Yeah.
her story on Earth. You
Right.
know, that would have been better. That's the only complaint I have is that they could have come and showed more on Earth instead of off world because it
Yeah.
wasn't like a superhero for our planet for Earth.
Right. I'm kind of surprised they didn't show her on Earth at all. Like it was all in that world where she was. I was kind of expecting that myself for at least part of the movie to be shown on Earth.
That's what I was hoping, and I'm hoping that the
Yeah.
Man of Tomorrow. I hope it takes place on Earth. I would think
Yeah.
so, and
Now,
I'm
when
not
is
sure, but they're already working on that. So everybody
okay?
saying it's going to ruin her career. No, it's not. This girl's going to be going places, and
Right.
she's already in the can for the new Man of Tomorrow movie, so she's already going to be in that.
That's good.
So yeah, so and with her acting ability, I think she's going to go far. And like I
Yeah.
said, people complaining about her looks. She's a girl, people.
Yeah.
It's not some woman. Get your fantasies out of the gutter and
Yeah.
enjoy the movie for what it is. You
Hmm.
know.
Definitely a good point. Do you know when what is it, Man of Tomorrow supposed to be released?
I don't. I did know. I looked it up, and I know they're working
Yeah.
on it now, but I
Yeah.
don't know the actual release date. I don't know
Okay.
if it's next year or the year after. I don't know. I hope it's soon,
Right.
and I hope
Yeah.
people give it a chance before they start trashing it before the movie even
I
comes
hope
out.
so. I
Yeah,
hope so. Because I think Superman did pretty well in the box office last year, if
it
I'm not
did. And there,
mistaken.
there were people though that was trashing that too, saying he was
Really?
too goofy or too much like a Boy Scout, but that's the
Yeah.
way Christopher Reeve's character was.
Right.
Christopher Reeves was like the kind of the Boy Scout, like, oh, I can't look, and you know at her,
Yeah.
at Lois Lane, he didn't want to like look through, through her clothes.
Yeah.
But he was like the Boy Scout in that, could do no wrong.
Hmm.
And until in that one movie when he got the red kryptonite, and that changed things a little. But
Yeah.
but that was because of red kryptonite. In other words, he was still uh, doing things, in a Boy Scout kind of way. Like he
Hmm.
doesn't lie. Like he even told her, said, I don't lie. I can't lie. He
Right.
couldn't even lie. Now that's pretty Boy Scout. But Christopher Reeve remains as one of the most beloved Supermen of all time. And I
Oh
think
yeah.
that the new Superman movie kind of brought it back to that era where you love the guy because he is such a good guy. He is such a good influence. He's
Hmm.
somebody that kids can look up to. But
Oh,
nowadays
definitely.
people want more of the R-rated movies. That's
Yeah.
not who these movies are aimed at. It's aimed at Superman fans, and it's aimed at kids and families that could take their families and go see Superman.
Hmm.
You know, when we went and saw the original Superman when it came out, you didn't have to worry about taking your family to go see it.
Hmm.
You know,
Right.
so
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah, I remember hearing, I didn't notice this as much, but I remember some people didn't like Superman because there was a lot of profanity, which I didn't really, I'm kind of immune to that sort of thing, but did you notice much of that? And
I can't think of any
yeah,
place in there. I mean,
right.
can you name a spot when there was?
I can't say that I have, I'd have to watch it again, but
If we
I
can't
don't
remember, it must not have been that shocking. If we,
know.
it might have been something mild, you
Right.
know.
They
Um,
might have said something like shit or damn or something, but that just,
right,
I don't even
right.
notice that. Now, if they, now I know there weren't any F bombs because it was rated, I think PG-13. I mean, if they had had that, it would have been rated R. So it must
I
not have
think
been
I
that
think they're
terrible.
allowed to throw in one F bomb in a PG-13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think because I've seen some PG-13s where they've thrown it in. Like I think you're allowed one. You
Okay.
know, but
Gotcha.
but no, I don't think it had anything in there. But
Okay.
um, but Super, if you noticed, and see that's you're talking about people saying it was darker. You know, the lighting was
Yeah.
darker. That's another contrast between Superman and Supergirl. Superman was lighthearted, therefore it was bright colors.
Yeah.
He was happy. This was a good guy. Fighting. For truth, justice, and the American way. He's out there. With the good guys, and he's doing what he loves to do. She's not. So the
Hmm.
the mood is darker. Therefore, the lighting might have been a little bit darker. It wasn't bright and vibrant.
Hmm.
Like Superman was, or like Fantastic Four was bright and vibrant colors. Like '60s
Yeah.
kind of colors. So it
Yeah.
wasn't meant to be a cheerful, happy, brightly colored film like Superman
Hmm.
was. It was
Right.
meant to be darker to match the tone of the movie. You know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because Superman's been around since like the 30s or something, hasn't he?
Yeah, I've got every Superman TV series possible on DVD or Blu-ray. Every
Oh,
one of them.
awesome.
The only ones I don't have is the ones prior to George Reeves. George Reeves was in the Adventures of Superman. That's
Hmm.
where Noel Neal was Lois Lane, and I had
Hmm.
that entire TV series too. I think there were like 5 seasons of that. But I've
Yeah.
got the original Adventures of Superman. Before that, is it Alan Clark or Clark Allen? I don't know. But he was the original Superman, like in serials that they would show like before movies. It wasn't like a TV series. It was like short serials that they would show before movies.
Hmm.
So he was even before George Reeves.
Gotcha. Yeah. Because yeah, I remember Superman goes way back. Like he's helped people get through like the depression and stuff in the 70s and the 80s. Like people have always looked up to him.
Superman in the 30s when they showed it, whenever he would fly,
Hmm.
it showed him like jump up, and then they would have like like an animated, shooting across the sky.
Uh-huh.
Because of course they didn't have the effects that they have now. Even
Right.
George
Right.
Reeves, when George Reeves in the Adventures of Superman, he would like step up like on a thing and like jump over a fence, and they'd catch him as he's jumping up, and they'd cut the film, and the next thing he'd be laying like a board in a
Oh.
screening room flying. But whenever he would land, like say when he landed,
Hmm.
he would climb up on this like fence or like a ladder, and they would film the area, and he would jump down into that area, and that's how they
Oh,
would show him
wow.
landing. So they would show him taking off and landing, and everything in between was him laying on a board, where they're filming him flying with the background. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
like what they did in the old commercials where they're driving a car and you see the
Yeah,
back screen of people driving, kind of like that.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Speaking of like special and visual effects, what did you think of all that in this girl?
You cut out there. What was that?
Um, while we're on special effects, so what did you think of that in the CGI and Supergirl?
I didn't. I thought it was great. I mean, a lot of people complain about CGI, but it's just a tool that's being used nowadays. I
Yes.
mean, every generation is going to advance and they're going to try something different. I
Right.
mean, when Jurassic Park came out, it's
Mm-hmm.
considered the best thing in the world. It was
Yes.
amazing. When I first saw Jurassic Park, when it first showed that dinosaur reaching up, standing on his hind legs, eating from that branch, when that very first visual, I teared up. It looks
Mm-hmm.
so real to me, you know.
Right.
And those CGI they've advanced. Now, do they use it in too many movies? Use it too much in movies? Sometimes, but I still
Probably.
appreciate what it look the final product. Is it as creative as what they used to be? No. Ray Harryhausen, you and I watched the the movie
20,000
20
something.
20 20,000 leagues under no 20, no, the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms.
That's it. Yeah.
We watched the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Now back then, Ray Harryhausen would take those images. He would create these figures, and he
Yeah.
would move them just slightly until each frame he moved just slightly until it became alive on the screen. Most special effects artists nowadays, including those that do CGI, they got their start and their interest and their love for effects by watching those early renditions. And sometimes the early stop motion animation is still better than some of the stuff they do today. Nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
everything runs so smoothly that it doesn't look as fantastic or as, you know, mysterious, I guess you could say.
Right.
But no, I love CGI. People complain when the Green Lantern came out. Okay, now
Yeah.
granted, it wasn't the best of movies, but not for the reason that they complain. They said too much CGI.
Right.
How can you do a practical effect of Green Lantern stretching out his arm, turning into a giant hammer and smashing people?
Right.
How can you do that in a practical way that's going to look real? I
Definitely.
mean, he used his ring to create things, right?
Right.
So naturally, there's going to be a lot of CGI. Now, the CGI outfit that was a little too much. I, I can
Yeah.
I can agree with that. But some of the effects in there that they use CGI for, that was if ever a movie was made for CGI, it was that one because you can't do a lot of stuff practically. You know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind CGI if it's like done right, like if it's, good, you know.
Well, that new movie out now, the End of Oak Street.
Yeah, I
That's
plan to see
CGI.
that.
I'm really
Yeah,
looking forward to it. You
me
know.
too. That looks good.
Mm.
Yeah, that one I think that's gotten pretty decent reviews so far.
The people that are it's got 86% right now in Rotten
Now
Tomatoes.
that yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, the people that are complaining about CGI right now,
Mhm.
uh, I just wonder where they want it to go to. Do you want to go backwards and do everything like the Land Before Time, where they had guys in rubber suits running around, or they had like a pterodactyl on a spindle and it just kept flying around a circle without the wings flapping? I mean, is
Uh-huh.
that what they want? Do they want to go back to that? Or do they want to go forward and see what's next? I mean, what do these people want?
I'm
You know,
almost I'm almost not opposed to like going back to that cuz I think that's kind of cool. I appreciated, when they
I
did do effects like that.
but when they had effects like that, they had stop motion animation. I'm
Mhm.
a huge Edgar Rice Burroughs guy. I've got every one of his books, and
Okay.
I was really looking forward to the Pellucidar series. Where they go into the center of the Earth. and the
Uh-huh.
effects were just so bad, even for the time. I mean, they took a big step backwards. Whereas I appreciate practical effects, you still want it to look good. You still want it to look
Right.
real,
Oh, well,
you
yeah.
know? And that's what people can't tend to do nowadays. Any movie that uses practical effects, as long as they do it right, I
Mhm.
applaud.
Me
I'm
too.
with it 100% if they do it
Yeah.
right. But if they do something where you just have like a model of a bird with his wings outstretched like that, and they're just flying it around, that's horrible. No, don't do that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at too, if I love that kind of practical effects if it's done correctly.
Right. But like I said, who knows what's next? We got CGI
Yeah.
now. What's the next thing people are going to complain about?
I
Because they're
mean,
going to, no
yeah.
matter what it is, people are going to complain about it if it sticks around long enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see though, what more they could do with CGI that they can't are not able to do now or haven't done.
Right. I mean, we're always evolving. And they're always looking for new ways to present something on film that hasn't been done before.
Right.
And I applaud that because that's advancement. I mean, look at how far we've come,
Right.
from like
Right.
the Land Before Time or the People That Time Forgot, those movies compared to like say Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Now if they would have had the dinosaurs that looked like those in Jurassic Park with Journey to the Center of the Earth or the People That Time Forgot, the Land That Time Forgot, if they would have had those
Yeah.
effects back then, those movies would have been blockbusters.
Oh, for
They
sure.
they would have been huge.
Yeah. Yeah, Jurassic Park is one of the films I greatly appreciate for the work they put into it.
Because it looks so real. I mean, everything
It
about
does.
it, even the breathing, everything is so real. So
Yeah.
much detail in it.
That and Jaws, I appreciate the effects they did with the shark too. Even I know nowadays it looks fake, but from the '70s perspective, I think they
I
did.
saw it live in the theaters in the '70s,
Yeah.
and I tell you what, it looked pretty real to me back then.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But if I look at it now, I can tell it's fake. And I also
Right.
saw and read so many documentaries on it where they had so much trouble with the shark, it wasn't even funny.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
couldn't get the shark to work half the time, and
I
I mean it's
know.
funny looking to see all the problems that they had with that shark. But I appreciated what they did with it, and it was a huge
Yeah.
move. You
I
know,
heard like it was a bitch to shoot, like especially out in the ocean. Um, the scene where they go out to hunt for the shark, that whole scene was, you know, a bitch to shoot.
yeah. I would have liked
But
to have been a part of it though. That would have been fun.
me too,
Yeah.
definitely. So I know you briefly mentioned Ruthie's character. What do you think her purpose was in the movie? I know you might have already touched on that, but um,
I think her purpose served as to give Kara a purpose.
mhm,
Um, Even though she didn't want the girl around first, they became partners. She became like her mentor, so to speak. So Kara was actually looking after this young girl. It was the
yeah,
first thing that kind of gave her a breakthrough that she was actually thinking about somebody else other than herself.
right,
So therefore I think that the little girl's character in there was important to drive the change, within Kara, because it gave her some. It also gave her something where she told the little girl, "No, you don't want to do this. You don't want to
mhm,
do this. Don't do this." If the little girl
right,
hadn't have been there, the whole point would have been lost. The
uh,
whole the whole thing, it would have just been violence for violence sake. But
right,
she's stopping this girl from going down that path, and I think the purpose of her being in the movie was very important.
yeah,
And I
definitely.
thought she did a great job too.
Mm-hmm. Because some people said and thought that her role was just so unnecessary. It's like, do we really need her in the movie?
Yeah, yeah, we did need her in the movie. If people actually watched the movie, if they actually watched it, they would understand what purpose that she served.
Right.
Because it all culminates with Kara kind of watching over her, caring about somebody for the first time, really caring about somebody else besides herself. and then her helping this girl make the right decisions,
Mm-hmm.
and which shows how she's starting to evolve herself. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I said, this is the first movie. This is her origin. This is how she started off. She's still developing. Give her time to become the
Mm-hmm.
Supergirl that everybody's expecting. But right now, she's not there. She's just starting to get there. And that little girl was that first step in that process.
Yeah. I wonder if she'll appear in what is it, Man of Tomorrow?
The little girl?
Yeah.
I doubt it. I doubt it
Yeah.
because she'd still be off world. So I doubt that they'd bring, because I mean they became friends. She helped her, but it wasn't like, hey, she adopted her. She became family. So I don't think
True.
that little girl will probably be in there. But
Mm-hmm.
so I doubt it very much. I think she served her purpose in this movie.
Yeah. I just couldn't help but wonder if they would, bring her back, or if she would at least have a cameo in there. But I guess you
It'd
never
be
know.
nice
But
if she had a cameo. I mean, that would be
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the girl deserves that because I thought, like I said, I thought she did a good job, regardless of what people say.
Mm-hmm.
People that say that she was unnecessary, go back and watch the movie again and watch it from that side of things. Watch
Yeah.
it from the perspective of what she's actually doing to move the story along.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's on streaming yet or not. I think it's supposed to soon if it isn't already.
I checked the other day and I didn't see it out there yet.
Okay.
But I'm thinking that it'll probably be really soon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm still going to be one of those. I'm going to go out and buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out too.
There you
So
go.
have it with all my Superman collection because I've got all of the others. Got every one of them.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, might as well.
Yeah. And like I said, I like her. And like I said, the thing through this whole process, the thing that upset me the most was the ignorant, childish kindergarten brains that would attack her physical looks. You
Mm-hmm.
know, when they're probably sitting there in their basement, with like maybe 3 teeth, sitting there sweating, eating a burger, and say, "Then, she doesn't look right." It's like, look in the mirror, dude.
Yeah.
So
And again,
that's what I don't understand.
she did play the role, very well.
She played the role as it was meant to be played. Dark,
Yeah.
brooding, with some care in there, showing a little bit of care.
Yeah.
And like I
And
said, she's just starting out, so, you know.
it'll be interesting to see where in Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I
Me
am.
too. I wonder who the villain's going to be in that one. Do you have any idea?
I read and heard that Lex Luthor might be in there, but
Oh, okay.
I honestly don't know. I think, as much as I like Lex Luthor, I think he's almost been overdone. He's been in almost every Superman movie, and the Supergirl
I
TV series, and I mean, he's smart, he's intelligent, but he's
yeah.
not. He's not Doomsday.
Right.
Doomsday was exciting.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor is. I like Lex Luthor, but let's not overdo it. Let's not have every movie with him being the villain.
Right.
And that's
And I
not
was
my own personal opinion.
yeah. What other Superman villains are there? Because whenever I think of a Superman villain, that's who comes to mind, Lex Luthor.
Oh, you got Doomsday. You've got Brainiac. I
Oh,
know Brainiac. I
Brainiac.
think Brainiac is going to be in the Man of Tomorrow.
Okay, that'd be
I'm
good.
almost 100% sure that they said Brainiac is going to be. He's going to be a big villain in Man of Tomorrow.
Oh, that'd be cool. I would love to see
Yeah.
Brainiac. I wonder who would play Brainiac. I just can't.
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Brainiac in like the old like different Superman TV series and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he even was in the Supergirl TV series at one point, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure.
Maybe I haven't watched.
I've got all of them,
Wow.
so it's kind of hard
Okay.
to differentiate sometimes between what was in what,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
Superman and Lois, Lois and Clark, Superboy, The Adventures of Superman, Like I said, I've got all of those. So
Yeah. Well, cool.
oh, Smallville, I love Smallville.
Smallville. Yeah.
Love
I'm
Smallville.
seeing a little bit of Smallville.
Erica Durance, I think she might be my favorite Lois Lane as far as appearance.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought she was absolutely a beautiful Lois Lane, and she played it good too. You know, she played the part really well. So
Yeah. Well, cool. Are there any other points you'd like to bring up?
no, except that if you haven't seen it yet, go out and decide for yourself. Don't let people
Right.
dictate whether or not you like it or not. Don't let people tell you you're not gonna like this. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna like it. Or don't let people say, oh,
Right.
you're gonna love this movie, and then go in expecting too much. Just
Right.
go in, watch the movie, and use the mind that God gave you and make up your own mind.
Right. Yeah.
Don't let anybody dictate to you what you should or shouldn't watch.
Right. And I was going to see the movie regardless. I was looking forward to it,
I've been
all
looking
year.
forward to it for a very long time. That's why I kept
Yeah.
following. That's why I kept seeing all this negative stuff over and over and over, even before the
Yeah.
movie was released. And I put out there, can't you wait until the movie comes out before you trash it? You know,
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
I know that all this negativity that they directed, I know that had a lot to do with box office, because people are going to say
Mm-hmm.
it's not worth me spending, because it's not that cheap to go to a movie anymore unless you're on some kind of
No.
club thing. You know,
Right.
you
Oh,
figure
yeah.
20 something dollars per person. If you got your family, you know, husband and wife, that's $40 there. If it's $20 a ticket, and the
Oh, yeah.
children's ticket's not that much cheaper. That's an
Right.
expensive night. Plus, you have to second mortgage your house to get popcorn and soda for everybody. So,
Right.
so people's not going to spend that money if all they hear is negative things about it.
Right. Right.
And I think that
Definitely.
hurt the box office a lot, sadly.
I think so. And of course, I'm a member where I go to the movies, so I see a lot, and it's worth it, to me. I wish I lived closer to the theater near you, because that sounds like a better deal.
AMC is a great, the A list is what it
Yeah.
is. And you get up to 4 movies every week. That's 16 movies a month that you're eligible for. 16
Yeah.
movies, any format. You can see it in IMAX, you can see it in Dolby Stereo, you can see it in 3D, doesn't matter. You pick your seats online, doesn't cost you anything at all. It's like $26 a month. That's almost the price of one movie. And you get to see
Yeah.
16 movies in any format, and it doesn't cost you to order online. So you
Yeah.
can't beat that.
That's pretty
So
damn good. I
yeah,
If I lived closer to an AMC theater, I would definitely take that in an instant.
I go all the time. I've already,
Yeah.
believe it or not, I've already seen my 4 movies this week. You know,
I believe it.
and what's really good is that if you really like a movie, you can see it again. It's not going to cost you anything more. I've
Right.
seen Spider-Man twice now.
Have you?
I went back and saw it twice because I liked it so much. I went back and
Yeah.
saw it again. I saw Supergirl twice, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I saw Obsession twice. There's a lot of movies, if I really like, I'll go back and see it again because it's not going to cost me anymore. Why not?
That should be a separate stream chat about Obsession, because that's one I definitely.
That movie was amazing.
Yes. Yeah. We could do another podcast stream chat on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to his next job, next work, whatever it is he does,
Yeah.
He's good. And I believe that was all practical effects too, wasn't it, in that movie?
Yeah, I think you're right.
That was all practical effects, and it's like, wow,
Right.
That's somebody that knows what they're doing.
Definitely. Well, that's all I have. Do you have anything else you'd want to mention?
No, that's about does it for me.
Okay.
Supergirl.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, I'm Joe with Living on Film. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And Bill, are you on a YouTube channel or anything?
No, I'm Bill Conklin. I do a podcast with Ryan Gregory with Real Talk.
Okay.
Real Talk After Dark. I've done a lot of podcasts with him, but I don't have my own station or anything like that.
Okay.
So have a
Gotcha.
lot of opinions. I just don't go out there. I just don't have my own station doing it.
Gotcha. Well,
I'm too busy acting myself. I act
yeah.
in films and I act on stage. I'm getting ready to do my 5th play of the year
Wow.
already. Just got cast in another big play, and I'm still doing films. Oh, and the film that we did, Donnie Callahan, Donnie,
Yes.
directed Superman World War, hit
Yep.
27 million views on
Wow.
YouTube. 27 million views. And I'm in that. I'm the evil Doctor Gerhardt that discovers the kryptonite.
Yes, that is a great movie. I watched it. It's on YouTube, and
On YouTube.
Superman World War.
Superman World War and 27 million views. Man, when it got to, I was new at this, when it got to 100 views, wow, man, 100 people have seen this. Can you believe it? And it kept
Now
going up and up and
millions.
up until now it just kind of blows my mind, that many people have
Yeah.
seen it.
And
It's like,
that's millions
wow.
of people all around the world have seen that work. That's pretty amazing.
All around the world. The one I'll never forget is a guy left a comment, and the way he wrote, he says, "I like the movie very much. I am going to see it again as soon as I finish feeding the camels." To let you know, man, culturally, people all over the
Yeah.
world have different cultures, different lifestyles. This
Yep.
man is feeding the camels, and
Yeah.
yet we're all enjoying the same movie. To
Yeah.
me, it
Yeah.
kind of brings the world together with
Yep.
what we are alike and what we like together. Because we're
Hmm.
all one big family, the whole planet, whether people like it or not. We're
Right.
all one. So
Yeah, and the film community is great, in my
it is.
experience. I'm have another one in pre-production and open door, and I'm participating in the 48-hour film project this weekend over in St. Louis. So something I'm really looking forward to.
That's cool. Well,
Yeah.
I'm always there if you need me too. So you know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm working on more scripts, and I'm definitely gonna want to cast you in some things. So it's on the to-do list.
Sounds groovy.
All right. So I'm going to end the stream now. Don't forget living on film, guys, and hope you enjoyed the stream. Take care, guys.
Take care. Bye bye.